Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're doing well wherever you're watching from today. The war between Israel and Iran is raging as the sun is now up. I'm filming this on the morning of June 13th. There have been rolling strikes on Iran for more than 12 hours at this point. Wave after wave of Israeli fighter jets hammering targets across Iran. It is anything we have seen since the invasion of Iraq in 2003. We have combat videos. We have President Donald Trump breaking his silence about what's going on. This is an unprecedented situation. An unprecedented conflict is unfolding in the Middle East. And quite frankly, it is very one-sided. We're going to get into all of that, break all of that down. But before we do, as always, please make sure to like and subscribe, comment with your thoughts below, hit the bell so you never miss a video. And now let's get into it. As viewers of the channel know, Israel launched an unprecedented level of attack on Iran, what can only be described as a decapitation strike sometime in the early morning hours of Friday, local time in Iran. It was late Thursday night here in America when Israeli jets roared into Israel and started hammering military sites, government officials, military leaders. Many military leaders among the highest ranking in the country are now dead. The Iranian Revolutionary Guard's leadership reportedly has either been completely wiped out or has taken a significant hit. Ballistic missile sites are gone. Early warning systems are gone. Surface-to-air missile sites are gone. Surface-to-surface missile sites are gone. They have attempted to hit nuclear sites. It is unclear what extent the damage has been on those. The main nuclear site where they have enriched uranium, Fordo, remains one of the biggest targets that has not been targeted yet. That is the one that is deep underground that the Israelis lack the bombs to get to. We're going to get into that in a little bit here and how the opening salvo of this war might lead to United States involvement and whether or not that is a good idea. But it has been an absolute ass-kicking so far by the Israelis. The Iranians cannot defend their skies. They sent a bunch of drones at Israel that were then immediately shot down by Israel and its allies. The allies that came in and shot them down have not been identified. You can bet your money it was either Jordanian or the U.S. who got involved to do that. They are unleashing hell. There is no other way to say it. The Iranians are absolutely getting pummeled right now to the point they're not even able to scramble any kind of response. They did get fighter jets in the sky, old F-4s, really old American planes they had before the revolution, and it has not gone well. It is again, I hate to repeat myself, but an ass-kicking of epic levels, to put it bluntly. Israel had planned this. There are claims that they actually did coordinate with the U.S. after the U.S. officially denied that that was the case when the strike started on Thursday. But right now, we have new strike footage, new videos of Iranian targets getting obliterated. Let's go ahead and roll that footage right now. So there you saw strike footage of Israeli forces hammering a variety of targets across Iran. Again, they are hitting literally everything they can find that is not buried deep underground. They are not just hitting what would be defensive positions, such as the early warning systems, surface-to-air systems. They're also hitting ballistic missile sites so that Iran's ability to retaliate is essentially handcuffed and neutered. This is unlike anything, again, we've seen since the Iraq War. President Donald Trump weighed in on the attacks, and I will throw this. He had two statements. I'll throw this up on the screen. He says, "I gave Iran chance after chance to make a deal. I told them in the strongest of words to just do it, but no matter how hard they tried, no matter how close they got, they just couldn't get it done. I told them it would be much worse than anything they know, anticipated, or were told, that the United States makes the best and most lethal military equipment anywhere in the world by far, and that Israel has a lot of it with much more to come, and they know how to use it. Certain Iranian hardliners spoke bravely, but they didn't know what was about to happen. They are all dead now, and it will only get worse. There has already been great death and destruction, but there is still time to make this slaughter, with the next already planned attacks being even more brutal, come to an end. Iran must make a deal before there is nothing left and save what was once known as the Iranian Empire. No more death, no more destruction. Just do it before it is too late. God bless you all." So that was the first statement Trump released when the attacks were unfolding. I'll throw the second one up on the screen for you now. It says, 2 months ago, I gave Iran a 60-day ultimatum to make a deal. They should have done it. Today is day 61. I told them what to do, but they just couldn't get there. Now they have perhaps a second chance. So that was President Donald Trump weighing in on the strikes being carried out by Israel, the absolute brutal hammering of the Iranian military, Iranian military leaders just getting wiped out. Question is, where do we go from here? What does this mean? Let's get into all of that right now. No matter your thoughts on the Middle East, who you support, how you think it should be handled, there is no question that less than a day into this war, Israel is absolutely dominating the battle space. They are crushing them from the air. They also dropped in Mossad agents behind enemy lines to conduct sabotage across Iran, crippling Iran's ability to engage Israeli fighter jets entering their airspace. And so far, it looks like Israel has either completely maintained and achieved air superiority or is nearly there. And that's an important point I want to talk about, because the Fordo site, the biggest target in Iran when it comes to stopping them from getting nukes and where they have all their highest enriched uranium, has not been hit by the Israelis. And that is because it is roughly 300 feet to 350 feet underground. The Israelis do not have the ability to penetrate that level. The United States does. Now there are reports coming out that the Trump administration, after initially denying it, actually coordinated with the Israelis the whole way. The reason I bring that up is the only plane in the world and the only bomb in the world that can hit that facility is the B-2 stealth bomber and the GBU-57. If Israel has achieved air superiority and there is nothing the Iranians can do to shoot down planes, if there is nothing they can do, the United States Air Force might believe it's safe enough to come in with the B-2 and the GBU-57 and hit that site with 30,000-pound bunker-busting bombs. The other thing to consider is, how does Iran respond? The belief has been that Iran will unleash a shitload, for lack of a better term, ballistic missiles to overwhelm Israel's air defenses. Now, Israel's air defenses, while solid, it's just a numbers game. If they're capable of shooting down 400, which would be an optimistically high number, and Iran sends 800, they just won't have the ability to stop them all unless the United States comes in and defends them, as we have done twice in the past, which Israel might be banking on happening. And judging from President Donald Trump's statements, he sounds more than ready to actually do. That would mean Iran has a choice to make, because right now they are being destroyed. They are being crippled and decapitated. There's absolutely no other way to say it. If they launch a massive strike against Israel, Israel will then certainly up the escalation and hit them back harder. That time, the second time, probably with direct U.S. military support. That's where we're at right now. Again, you can feel any way you want about it, but that's the reality of the situation on the ground. Israel went first. They are dominating, And now the question is, how will Iran respond, and will the United States take out the site at Fordo for the Israelis because they cannot do it? Those are the two biggest remaining questions. So far, the Iranian retaliation consisted of some drones that got blown out of the sky immediately, but ballistic missiles are a whole different game. The question is, how many ballistic missiles do the Iranians have left? They certainly have some hidden. How many? That is a question nobody knows, but I can guarantee you the Iranians are trying to figure that out right now. Either way, the war is underway, and Israel is without question winning the war early on with their first strike. The operation has been nothing short of a massive success from a military standpoint, and now President Trump is weighing in. It is clear Trump did help the Israelis. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments what you think about this operation. Make sure to like and subscribe. Hit the bell so you never miss a video. And as always, I'll see y'all next time.